Hello everyone. So in this video, I want to compare or maybe do a little bit of the testing of a very affordable skateboard or longboard deck compared to a fairly expensive longboard deck. So what I have here is a longboard that doesn't have a brand name. It's basically, I bought it from a website called skateshred.com, and they have a lot of skateboards for wholesale prices, which is like very affordable. This dancer board is a maple dancer board, 48-inch maple dancer board that they are selling for, I think, $54.99 plus a $20 shipping. So the whole cost of this board shipped is less than $100, actually way less than $100. And and this board with the whole setup of a complete truck and everything, it's close to $300. If you want to get the board only, the Loaded Dervish Sama, and I think it's about $199 for the board only. There are huge differences between those two boards. This one, it's a dancer board, it's a top mount board. So the trucks mounts on the bottom of the board. And this one is a job mount board. Even though it's a job mount, it's still considered a dancer board or kind of a freestyle board. And it's very springy. So the flex on this one, actually, I have quite a lot of flex. It's a flex 2, and I'm 180 pounds. When I stand on it, there's a significant amount of flex. For me personally, I actually like things to be less flexy. So that's the reason I got this dancer board, because it's a maple board. So I know for sure it's going to be less flexy. Another reason I got this board is because it's slightly longer and slightly wider. Because I was practicing cross steps since I just started learning longboarding. I'm practicing cross steps on this one, and because it's very flexy, it bounces around. It's very hard for me to actually control my cross stepping on this board. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a more stable board to actually practice and learn the tricks on. So maybe when I advanced further enough, I'll consider go back to the Dervish Sama. But in this moment, I'm gonna take the thing out of the packaging, maybe measure it really quick, because the reason I got this board is I thought it's wider than the Sama, but I think it's only very slightly. So if I measure the board, let's see. The board length is 9.25. Kind of disappointing because on their website they specifically said it's a 9.5-inch board. That's the reason I got the maple one. They also have a bamboo board that's even cheaper for like 49 some dollars, 49.99 plus shipping. That board they actually advertised as 9.25, which I think it's the same width as my, oh no, my Loaded is actually 9-inch, so it's only slightly wider. I wish I have got a board that's 9.5-inch wide, but unfortunately it's not. This board have a basic clear coat, I think, on both sides, and actually have two mounting areas. Interestingly, if you look very closely, the mounting holes are not even aligned, so it's slightly offset. So it's not very accurate. Look at that. It's a huge offset. Yeah, so right off the bat, I can tell you that the build quality, there's nowhere close to a brand named board. So this board is very well made, very well cut. All the mounting holes are very precise and accurate, and there are just no flaws on this expensive board. Okay, so right off the bat, yes, it's a less quality board, and the price you pay is the quantity you get. Okay, so I think this is a 8-layer board. And also I bought those super cheap wheels. It's about $12 for a set of black, and I'm just gonna be using my existing red, super red, actually the Bones super red bearings on this board, as well as the trucks. So I'm going to take the trucks and the bearings off. Also, I'm going to take those wheels off. The original wheel on the Loaded is the Reg 10 let's see, I think in heat 75 millimeter wheels. Those are fantastic wheels, very quiet, very very sticky on the road, but it's slightly too big. So those wheels I think would fit better for this top mount board. What I also have is actually a 1/4 inch risers right over here, because these recommended to use a 1/4 inch riser. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm just gonna put it on. At the very end, before I start setting everything up, I'm gonna actually measure the height of the board. So this one, as current setup with the Paris V2 trucks, is about 4.75 inch. Okay, so remember that height, and we're gonna go ahead and set this up. Okay, another thing is this board have a little a camber shape, and this board doesn't. It's pretty straight, so maybe slightly of a rocker shape. So I guess it's a little bit easier for you to actually try to get down on the ground and pedal. Since it's the top mount, it's going to be slightly higher, I would assume, when I set the board up. So again, I'm going to set up the board and come back and update and tell you guys what I think about the board. All right, so I just took the board out of the packaging, the plastic wrap. Want you to take a closer look of the build quality of the board, and of course this board actually have a wheel cutout to prevent the wheel bite. So again, it's lightly coated with kind of a primer. There are some slight defects right over here from actually dirt sticking onto the primer. But nothing major. I mean, I bought this board for way less than I expect, so I'm not expecting a superior quality build board. But this is, I would say, this is acceptable for a $55 board, and it's a 48 inch board, so pretty long. Take a closer look at the edges. So yep, maple board, 100% Canadian maple, as they say. Look at my cats. So yeah, let's go ahead and put the trucks, take off the trucks on there, and then put the trucks and new wheels onto this board. Okay, so I already have the board all taken off of the trucks and hardwares. Just want to measure the weight really quick. So the Loaded Dervish Sama Flex 2 is 3 pound 8 ounce, and this is a, I think, 43 inch board, I think. So see the length difference. And the maple board, the no-name maple board from Skateshred. Let's see. I would assume this weighs more. 5 pounds, 2.5 ounce. Yep, it's about it's less than 2 pounds more. The weight of the Dervish Sama, and really doesn't matter for me because what I'm looking for is really just a longer, more rigid board. So hopefully it's gonna work well. So let's continue. Okay, so I just finished setting up the board, took off all the old hardware, actually just transferred everything onto the new dance board. I didn't bother to swap out the wheels yet because I want to test what the 75 millimeter wheel feels like on this dance board. And I transferred the old, the edge protector from the Dervish Sama to the new board. I haven't had a chance to put on the grip tape, but I don't think at this point I'm going to put on the grip tape as of yet. I'm going to test it a little bit and then have to cut out a really nice shaped grip tape for the board. Right off the bat, the floor clearance is actually much higher. So remember before it was like 3 point something, 3.75. Now it's almost 5 inch, so almost like 1 inch, 1.25 inches more. So in terms of cruising, you're gonna have to bend your knee a lot more when you go down and cruise. In terms of the dancing space on the board, I would say it's a huge improvement compared to the Dervish Sama, because it's just that much wider. So if I'm doing a cross step, I have like plenty of space, like, so it actually allows me more error in the cross step, and I don't have to close my my right foot a lot, like that much, to cross. So basically it's like that, and very easy. In terms of flex, yes, this is definitely the flex I want. It's much less flexy. It feels flexible, but then it also feels very stable and rigid. So yeah, I would say it's a light flex, not like a medium or a heavy flex. Um, so there you have it. I am gonna go out and just test ride it for a few times, maybe swapping out the wheels if I think, you know, maybe this wheel is too big or it actually creates too much of a ground clearance for me to actually effectively, you know, pushing. But I'll let you know in the next section of the video. So for now, the build is complete. There's no issue putting up everything together. So it's just a quick, simple transfer of the old parts to the new one. And I didn't even need to take everything apart, the hangers apart. So very easy to transfer. And the next step will be testing it out, let you guys know what I feel. Compare this dance board, a super cheap dance board, to the Loaded Dervish Sama. Okay, so stay tuned. See you in the next section. Hello everyone. So I just took it out for a little ride. So first thing first, the 75mm wheel works great. There is no wheel bite with the 1/4-inch pad installed on the skateshred longboard. But I feel like it's maybe a bit too tall for my actual needs. Like I have to bend my knee a lot. Let's see. So in general, the board works pretty great. It's definitely a minimal amount of flex on the board, so I was actually able to do my cross step tricks much more fluid compared to on the Dervish Sama. And the reason being, this board is actually slightly longer. It actually gives me more space to play on, actually on the board. So I would say this is a better choice for people who actually want to just dance around. So you don't have to spend, you know, over $300 on a longboard. Like a $55 longboard works just fine. I would suggest get quality wheels and trucks to go with your longboard, so that way you would enjoy your riding experience a lot more. So again, this is my personal preference. This is a maple longboard with minimum flex. So if you guys want a board with more flex, dance board with more flex, I think that website also sells a few different options. There is a flexi bamboo board for $69, I believe, and then they also have another version of the bamboo board for $49. That bamboo board, I don't think it have a wheel cutout, so you might have to use a smaller wheel. But again, I don't have any issue with this maple board with 75mm wheel with a 1/4-inch pad on top of the trucks. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to answer for you guys. And one last thing I want to say is it does look like it actually needs grip tapes. So even if you don't like the black tapes on this maple texture, get the clear one. I would also suggest, because it's a dance board, so you don't need a very grippy grip tape. You just need something, because I was trying this on the road, and as soon as I had some dirt on the board, it becomes super slippery. So you most definitely need some sort of grip. So that's my last suggestion. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching, and hope you guys find this video helpful in determining what kind of longboard that you guys need, so to help you get started longboarding. Thank you so much, and take care.